What's up, KGS? Headmaster here, and welcome to Throwback Thursday. Let's kick off with the shout-outs. We've got a birthday stage. Josh in the first year. Many happy returns to you, Josh. Hope you have a great day with your family. Get to touch base with your friends, and as ever, it's your birthday, so I hope it brings everything that your hearts desire. And let's say well done, congratulations to Emily in the second year for gaining her gold accommodation certificate, and to Nell, also in second year, for her platinum accommodation certificate. So well done to Emily and to Nell. Great work. I know those girls have been working really hard, as have all of you. There's still lots of great work coming through, and I look forward to kind of seeing more of it, being able to celebrate more. The under 15 hockey girls have returned from Inverness. Of course, not that they actually ever went, but they did their virtual run, KGS to Inverness, and they've come all the way back again for the NHS. They had a target of £4,000. They've raised well over £5,000. So Headmaster's commendations going out to all those girls for their great efforts. And of course, to any of you, please let me know what you're doing. And commendations will be winging their way to you too for all your great efforts. And thank you just for all of those of you just working hard. Crikey, it's tiring, isn't it, this working from home lark? I'm finding it a bit exhausting at times, and I can't wait till the weekend to be able to put my feet up again with a good book and be able to relax and prepare for the next week ahead. So I hope that today, Thursday, is a great day, as is Friday, and that you've got a wonderful weekend to look forward to. Please remember, even with talk of relaxation of the lockdown rules, still keep socially distanced, keep washing your hands, keep doing all the things we're being advised to do, and apply the common sense that we British are famous for. So I've said it's Throwback Thursday, so let's go into this a little bit. London Underground, told you it started in 1863 with the Metropolitan line. Now, back in those days, all gaslit. Steam-powered engines, wooden platforms, recipe for disaster, an accident waiting to happen. But amazingly, they got through it. The first tunnels kind of dug deep underground, and then latterly following routes through the streets. Some of the lines, like the Central Line, really do wind around. They look like a straight line on the map, but they actually do that because they follow the line of the streets as they dug up the roads, put in the tunnel, and then covered it over, and they literally called it a cut and cover. So you've got the deep tunnels and you've got the cut and cover kind of shallow tunnels, and as I told you yesterday, over half the London Underground is overground anyway. But what were the big things, the big developments kind of in the 1930s when the companies came together? So instead of having the individual companies and these higgledy-piggledy maps and lines that didn't quite fit, in the 1930s they came together, so that was the beginning of a single unified London Underground railway and a single unified map. And of course we've got the great kind of Harry Beck to thank for the modern map these days. There have been some competitions in recent years to try and improve on that map, some real higgledy-piggledy disasters, some lovely round things, some beautiful designs, but I don't think anything has quite beaten Harry Beck's original design. So he's an absolute master craftsman, based on an electrical circuit board. So for those of you into your engineering, you'll perhaps recognise it if you haven't before, that the London Underground tube map is based on an electrical circuit board in terms of its kind of graphic design and organisation. Then in the 1940s, of course, it was nationalised, and there was a man who took it to a new level, Frank Pick, made famous by a recent memorial unveiled at a Piccadilly Circus station. But he basically brought consistency to the whole approach. Up to then, the roundels, the famous roundels, have been going through some kind of evolution. There was no consistency to any of the stations, any of the typographies, any of the fonts, any of the imagery, any of the posters. And the great kind of Frank Pick brought that. He brought in Edward Johnston to bring in the font design, which is now incredibly famous. So you look back to men like Harry Beck, Frank Pick, Edward Johnston. They did things that were oh so simple, but have lasted through generations. Just simple, classic ideas, just clean and perfect. If you look at the memorial to Frank Pick, you will see some of the words used there around kind of utility, beauty, how those things are quite simply unified. You might not always put them together. But I mentioned posters, some of the Underground posters, some are really, really famous, and I'm not going to go into those today. Maybe I'll save my favourite London Underground posters for Finale Friday tomorrow. But you may recognise this poster, or the young man standing next to it who's in the poster. It may be a poster you've seen in the tube, or you'll be saying, where did I see that before? That, KGS, is Naeem Ahmed, one of our alumni. As far as I'm aware, the only alumni to have his poster on the London Underground. So say Dr. Naeem Ahmed, and also around the time that photograph was taken when he was honoured by the Queen in her birthday honours list. So an amazing thing for him. He's got his poster on the tube. He's an alumni of KGS, and he was honoured in the Queen's birthday honours list. So really good for him, and I'm hoping we do see a lot of him around school. Some of you will have met him, so hopefully we'll see more of him once we kind of come out of lockdown. And today's poem I'm going to finish on is a poem from Sujata Bhatt, called Today. I suppose, Throwback Thursday today, but it's the fourth day of the week, and the end of the poem goes like this. The fourth candle has been lit. These flames make us linger. These flames slip into our words. Today, it's Handel on the radio, and the northern sun is still strong. Stay strong. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to your family, be kind to your friends. Look after yourselves, look after your family, and look after your friends too. Keep working well, keep being happy, thinking of you always. Headmaster out.